Hey everybody, Bill and Deb.
Hi there.
First off, what do y'all think of the view behind us here? Not bad, huh? Yeah. We're very fortunate to have this. We've had some issues come up.
Yeah. Change of plans. Got to roll with the tide.
Yeah. Yeah. We had to turn around. Yeah. Had to turn around. And first, it was just a minor issue to develop with the van. But let's start it out this way. Let's don't say it like that.
No, let's start out different.
Yeah. The transmission is fine.
Yes, the transmission is great.
Yes, it is working fantastic. But shortly after we got to our destination that was over in southeast Missouri, which by the way, we did a review on that campground, and we will be uploading it here in the next few days on that campground over in Missouri, which was Piedmont Park, which is near Piedmont, Missouri, which isn't too far from Poplar Bluff, Missouri.
Right. It was a beautiful place.
Yeah.
And you'll see that on the next video.
Right. But we developed a small
Tick.
It was an exhaust leak.
It was a tick, 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 tick.
Don't say tick.
Okay.
Because when you say tick, those of us out there that have a little knowledge about vehicles, the first thing we think of is lifters going bad.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Stuff like that.
No.
So don't use the word tick.
Okay.
It was an exhaust leak.
Okay.
All right. Boy, calm down, people. Calm down, people. Anyway.
Sorry.
So this tick that was really an exhaust leak. First I thought it was coming from where the header pipe bolts up to the exhaust manifold, because that's what it sounded like at first. It was on the driver's side, and it sounded like it was coming down low. So what I did, I made some ramps out of our leftover leveling blocks. See, there's other reasons why we carry leveling blocks, because they
Sometimes
make
you need to
perfect
get the van
ramps.
up a little bit.
Oh yeah. And I let it set and cool overnight, and then I got up underneath there the next morning and started it up. And well, actually I started it up, then I got underneath it because I can't start it while I'm laying underneath it.
Yeah, you can. I can start it.
Oh, okay. That's true. But you might want to put it in gear and
Well,
run me over.
There are days.
Anyway, then I noticed that the noise,
Okay, we'll call it a noise.
the exhaust leak noise, not a tick, was sounded like it was coming from, of course, the exhaust manifold. And it sounded like it was coming from towards the back of the exhaust manifold. That is still yet to be determined. But that's what it sounded like. So anyway, I started doing some research, and I found out, and I need to clarify this up front. Every single manufacturer, automobile manufacturer, there's always some little quirk for that particular vehicle that it's noted for something going wrong, even Mercedes.
Nothing's perfect, darling.
And here again, let's say this right quick. This thing has 253,000 miles on it, and it has served us very, very, very well.
And it will continue, because we're not trading it off.
No, we're not. Well, we can't afford it.
No.
That's all there is to it. But anyway, so after doing some research, I found that these LS motors that are in these vans from the early 2000s on, maybe even from the late 98, 99 on, I can't remember when they first started putting the LS motors in trucks. Okay, I'll try not to slap, because
Well, it sounds like a drum on this table.
Okay. Anyway, I found that these particular engines are noted for the exhaust manifold bolts, where it bolts to the head. They're noted for the bolts breaking, especially on either end of the exhaust manifold. It can be one of the four corners of the motor, and they usually break on the end.
We didn't know this before. It's after research, right?
Yeah, that's after research. Yeah, I had to research that. And so anyway, I talked to my mechanic and everything, and he says, I've got some guys that's been out there with an exhaust leak like that for 3 years. Well, I can't see myself doing that.
No.
I mean, that's just too embarrassing.
Well, plus you worry.
Oh,
Worry,
yeah.
worry,
I'm
worry,
a fretter.
worry.
I am. I'm a fretter. That's all there is to it. You know, when you end up over 1,000 miles from home eventually, and then if you end up having a major breakdown, you know, we have no place to go. I mean, we do have a lot of followers, and some followers have reached out to us and said, you know, mechanics have said, if you ever need service, if you're in this area or that area, you know, where we happen to be, holler at us because we can arrange to get things done for you.
And we appreciate that.
Oh, absolutely.
Sure do.
Absolutely. We really do. But where we were, you know, we didn't know anybody there. And also where we were at the time, service was terrible on our cell phones, of course. We talked about it in our last video.
Right.
You know.
So we had to go into town for me
Right.
to research.
So in order to go into town
Which
for me
was
to
driving
research,
the van.
Yes, that's the whole point. But I did find out that because there was a need for this type of situation on the LS Motors, that Dorman, who is a auto parts manufacturer, makes what they call a clamp type affair. That actually you bolt it to the engine depending on which corner of the motor it is. There's a different part number for most every corner of the motor depending on which bolt is broken. But then it clamps to some other spots, and then it has a tension bolt that you tighten down onto the exhaust manifold, and it tightens it up. I know I'm getting kind of technical.
Yeah.
So anyway, we decided, well, rather than take a chance on driving on and it getting a whole bunch worse until we found somebody that could help us do that, if it was a pickup, I'd probably climb in under the hood and try to do it myself. But being a van, and I'm almost 70 years old.
Oh, you always pull that card.
Well, I only use it when it's handy.
When
and
it's handy
right
right
now. Now, if anybody wants to arm wrestle, that's a whole other story. But anyway, I'm going to use that one right now. So we decided maybe it's best if we turned around and came back. And as we were headed back yesterday, now you'll probably be seeing this video today. It's going to be fairly raw. I'm not going to do much editing or anything. So it's going up today, and this is Friday.
Yes.
Yeah, so
You're not going to spend hours and hours on it?
no, I'm not. But as I was driving back, I got to thinking, well, am I fretting too much? Did I jump the gun? You know, could I have went on? But then, not too long after I was thinking that, other issues started to develop.
Yeah.
And it could be indirectly related. We don't know.
Exactly.
So then it got to where all of a sudden, when we pulled up to a stop sign, it didn't want to idle very well at all. And when you go to take off, it would just kind of stumble and stammer around, and we didn't want to move until you pushed the throttle about halfway down, and then all of a sudden it would grab and just go, you know. And as we kept on coming back this direction, the situation got worse. It got to a point where I'd have to pop it up into neutral whenever we came up to a stoplight. Fortunately, there weren't all that many on the road back.
Right.
But then it got to where I had to do that, and then, and then the check engine light came on. So
Yeah.
So that could be any number of things.
But that reinforced
From minor
our
to
decision.
semi-major to major. We don't know. So, yeah, it
reinforced that we had made the right decision.
Yes, to come back, and we might as well address all of these issues, figure out what's wrong, and maybe even do a little bit of extra stuff on top of that.
Right.
While we're back here, because we do have a major excursion coming up. Not very long from now, where we start heading back down toward the southeast part of the country.
Well, yeah. It'll be a while.
It'll be a while, but there are places we want to go down deeper into the southern tip of Florida, and then start slowly working our way back up. So we need to make sure that all this stuff is in good working order, and we shouldn't have too much to be concerned about.
Exactly.
So we made some phone calls, and we were offered this spot that you see. I know it's horrible.
It's a horrible spot.
Terrible.
Look at that.
Yeah. We feel very fortunate and very blessed that this opportunity arose. So, and we'll give you more details about this spot as time goes on. But for right now, we're going to leave it at that, as far as that goes. But while we're here, while the van is being worked on, Deb has given me a list of things she wants me to finish on the trailer, which I intended to try to do anyway, but it'll be the opportune time to do it now.
Exactly.
We're going to finish the bathroom.
We're going to finish the bathroom.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Hey, who knows? We might be able to get it up to the point we can do a walkthrough on our own
Wouldn't
trailer.
it be neat if we could do a walkthrough on our own trailer?
Yes, it would.
But we're going to finish the bathroom. We're going to go ahead and hook up the sink in the bathroom. Then we're going to try to finish up the cabinet doors and stuff like that in the kitchen. Go ahead and trim out around the cabinets along the bottom, you know.
Just make it look prettier. Prettier. Prettier.
So we have lots to do, lots to show you, lots of...
And we will be taking a few day trips in between.
Yeah,
so.
we will. Yeah. Fortunately, we have the use of a vehicle while the van is in the shop.
Thanks to one of our children.
Oh, yeah. Our kids are awesome. Someday we'll introduce you to our children.
Yeah.
We have awesome children.
Well, we have one. We have two others. We have three altogether.
I said children.
I know, but I said we did introduce them to one.
Oh, when did we?
Melinda.
Melinda. Yeah, that's right. I'm trying to see what that is. Well,
That's a boat.
Well, yeah, but I'm trying to see what kind of boat it is from here. But
That's
anyway.
another one of the beauties of being right on this spot. We can see all the boats.
Yeah.
And the jet skis.
And
we can walk right down here and there's a ledge and I can go swimming anytime I want.
Just you?
Well, yeah.
I can't go swimming there?
No, it's my lake.
And...
It's all mine.
Okay. We thought we'd be able to launch the kayaks from here, but after a little more study, it's going to be a little difficult to launch them from here, especially when we try to unlaunch. Is that how you say that when you try to get back out, you're unlaunching?
Yeah.
But there's a spot not too far from here we can take the kayaks over to and easily launch them there once we get the van back. So, and we'll see what happens from there. But anyway, you know, that's the thing about this kind of lifestyle.
You have to roll with the punches.
You have to.
You have to be willing to readjust your plans. And I mean, were we bummed for a day or two? Yeah.
Oh yeah,
until we made the decision that this is what we need to do and this is what we're going to do, and here we are. And are we unhappy now? No.
No.
You know, we're still concerned about our van. We're taking it out to the mechanic today.
Yeah.
And hopefully he'll have a chance to look at it. You know, with this being the weekend, he may not even get to looking at it till next week.
Yeah, it'll be first of the week before he gets a chance to look at it. But at least we're going to take it to him. We have a vehicle to drive. All I can say is the acquaintances that we have made in the last 3.5 years. This is one reason why we had some place like this to come back to.
Exactly.
Yeah. And you know, you try to cultivate those relationships. Now we're not getting this for free. Don't get me wrong, we're not getting this spot for free. But the fact that this spot was offered to us for very little from us is awesome.
Yes.
Absolutely awesome.
Yes.
And it just has to do with, you know, taking care of folks, and then they'll try to take care of you.
Exactly.
You know. How else can I say that?
That's the only way to say it.
Yeah. So we are, you know, I don't know if you remember a movie years and years ago about Fun with Dick and Jane. Fun with Dick and Jane. I can't remember who played in it, but
Jane Fonda.
Well, Jane Fonda, yeah.
And I forget the guy.
But
it's one of my favorite movies.
Yeah, it was hilarious. But basically, it was about you know, he was riding high. They were both riding high. They had a beautiful home. They had this. They had that. All of a sudden, he lost his job, and he was trying to figure out how in the world they were going to pay their bills and everything. And I remember one of the children said, because they were having a hard time even buying groceries and stuff like that. Of course, they were doing it. The movie was a comedy, so it was doing it in a comical way. And one of the children said, "Does that mean we're poor like the Waltons?" Now, he wasn't referring to the Waltons of Walmart, of course. No. He was referring to the John Boy Waltons.
That's right.
Right. And yeah, we're poor like the Waltons, but we're wealthy in so many other ways.
That's right.
And so thankful.
Yes, we are very grateful.
Anyway, we're going to have another. We'll have that that tour of the campground that we were at, Piedmont Park, which is near Piedmont, Missouri, 7 miles from Piedmont, Missouri. A beautiful campground, and but we'll be doing that. You'll probably see that Tuesday, and then we'll have another one, give you an update on Friday and some of the other projects that we're doing and things like this. But we still have lots of content to show you folks.
That's right.
Yeah, and we're just going to keep a positive outlook.
Absolutely.
And one thing that makes it easier to keep that positive outlook is look at that view.
How can you be miserable here?
Yeah. Anyway, y'all take care. We'll see you again soon. This is Bill and Deb with I Ride Tiny House Adventures. And boy, howdy. It rings true now more than any other time. Folks, we're not camping.
We're living.
Get out there. Do some living. And we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.